A nice way to put it is I'm changing lives. I understand that I am. That's my job. That's my role as an instructor.
You guys are engineering and creating some real men and women.
Trying to. That's absolutely it, using the truck. My name's Dan Brinkman. I'm an auto technology instructor at Four Rivers Career Center in Washington, Missouri, and this is my 1978 W900A Kenworth. I started something years ago called Night Shift, and Night Shift is a volunteer program where I do it in the evenings, Tuesdays and Thursdays, but the kids have to earn their way in with good grades, good attendance, good attitude, don't get in trouble in or out of school, can't fail classes, just do what you're supposed to do, that's all I ask. And ultimately don't upset the boss. So in these evening classes, we're mostly known for our antique tractors that we restore, but I thought it would be a good idea, and I would have been absolutely a part of this, to restore an antique semi-truck. So Dad had an A model Kenworth, and after a little bit of searching, Eric, the guy you just talked to a little bit ago, turned loose of this 78 Kenworth truck. It was actually from his childhood also, but what we've done is 3 years ago, it was actually two frame rails. Gutted the engine, we gutted the cab, the electrical, the air system, all the pneumatics, everything was completely ruined. But what you're looking at is I'm gonna say it's about 99% built, 90% built, something like that, by 14 to 18-year-old kids. So we just build components of this truck while it's at school, and then we'll take the parts of it down to my Uncle Jim's farm, put it and start to assemble the truck. It's a pretty neat thing. You can find it on Facebook at Four Rivers Night Shift. But all the detail is underneath the truck right now. We haven't finished the body, obviously, but like a goofball, I've committed for this truck to be at the Mid-America Truck Show, to be at the Fast Fuel Systems booth in March. So the kids they're building the interior, they're making door panels for it. I didn't put one single piece in that motor, so it's a great motivational tool and a wonderful instrument to teach technical skills to high school age kids. And it would have been something I would have been completely part of when I was their age. So it's a fun project. I always wanted one. I wanted an A model Kenworth after Dad's. I even have some of his parts from his old truck that are going to go back on this one. So it's a good time. From the skirt down, basically, it's a 1996 T600 Kenworth. I used the original W900 frame, but we put a 12.7 Detroit in the thing with a 13-speed and 370 rears, 24.5 low pros. But if you look inside, I'd have to climb up there. This truck, 17-year-old Henry Rately, completely wired and completely put the plumbing in the dash here. If I can, it's kind of hard to see, I guess, but imagine being 17 years old and with some diagrams and a little bit of knowledge, you have the ability to put that together inside. So he did all the wiring up there and made it himself. Took him about a month and a half of planning in the classroom in the evenings, but he did it. It's working, and it's pretty slick. And the cool thing about Henry was when he was working on the thing, he'd never been in a semi-truck. He'd never drove or rode in a semi-truck until he got to move this one on his own. So he was 14 when he started. He's 18 now. And he got to actually take this truck, we call it the old horse, and he actually took the old horse out of the stall for moving a truck for the first time by himself, and it's one that he had been working on for 4 years. And it's the kind of stuff like that we try to inspire these kids to get your hands dirty, teach them a technical skill, and learn a trade, and make a good life for yourself.
That is amazing.
It's pretty cool.
And I know we chatted off camera twice, yep. Once here yesterday or the day before, and then I think it was another occasion. But to see this here and then to hear more detail about this, I'm jealous, because I wish that I would have had the opportunity to do something hands-on like this.
A nice way to put it is I'm changing lives. I understand that I am. That's my job. That's my role as an instructor. but I can use a truck and use a tractor to push it a little bit further, to go to get the kids to hold their feet to the fire, to be a better person. I usually don't realize it when they're in the class, but it's usually 10 years after they've been gone, when they tell me how much it meant to them. It's pretty special. But and when they look back on their days, sometime they're going to be having a cup of coffee or beverage, whatever, on their front porch or back deck, and they're going to realize that there was a path that they took, and they're all going to come back to something like this or the old tractor that set that path in motion. And they'll be able to reflect back and say that was one of the best things I ever got involved in.
Yes. Every single high school needs to have some sort of program like this.
It's amazing. There is a cost to it. Understand, I own the truck, but it will never outweigh the benefit.
Correct.
So you get to see them flourish and become better people, become very confident people. So we're there from 2:15 to 8 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They have to put their name on a calendar, and that's your night to cook dinner. So they have to cook dinner. And this is going to sound crazy, but it's how I met my wife, Deb, is 6:30 after supper, dance lessons. My wife will come in, we will show them how to do some line dancing, show them how to do some old Western stuff, and even jitterbug swing. And we'll actually teach those kids how to do that, but the confidence it puts into them, it's amazing.
You guys are engineering and creating some real men and women.
Trying to. That's absolutely it, using the truck.
Yeah. I mean, this is what America and probably other places have lost. And so to hear this myself, I'm so happy and grateful that you guys are doing that. And I hope that this sparks and lights a fire under other people that may have the opportunity, but just never really thought about it.
From my side of the fence, I would absolutely hope that somebody would get in contact with me somehow. But if you're thinking about doing it, get those kids involved. And there's a lot of fear of getting those kids involved. You gotta understand, I can guarantee 3 things when we're restoring something. We're gonna break something, we're gonna lose something, and it's gonna leak oil. But once you get those kids in there, everybody here in this area, in this show, has a talent, has a skill that those young people want to know. And it takes somebody with a little bit of courage, show them how. Just get them out there, and you'd be surprised how receptive they are to it. And they see us doing things that was second nature to us, when we're wrenching on stuff like that. But if you take the time, it takes a lot of patience. Take that time and just let them do their thing and show them how. And a lot of times you got to shuffle them off and let them go in the corner of the shop, and just, if you break it, I buy it. But once you've got that kid to a skill level, like imagine the boys that put that motor together, they were dropping pistons in a 12.7 Detroit at 14 years old. Yeah. And for Henry to be in the shop for hundreds of hours wiring and plumbing a truck just because he could figure it out. Now that boy has been, that was so successful, and it is for a lot of them. I had people his junior year asking and calling the school wanting to know what that boy was going to do for a living, and or what he wanted to do. And basically Henry wrote his own ticket. There's just a lot of good kids involved in this thing. And
so that was like a scholarship scenario where people were seeking him out, wanting to employ him, or what?
Oh, absolutely. Vermeer picked him up. Excuse me. They saw the work inside the cab, rolled the dash back, and then the guy, Henry, didn't know he was being interviewed for a job. And as soon as the shop manager saw that, he says, how many vehicles have you ever wired up, Henry? He goes, well, this is my first attempt. And he goes, I need to talk to you. I'm from Vermeer. And that's when Henry understood that. He looks over at me and understood that you just had a job interview and didn't know it. But you're showing, what better resume than to roll it back and say, I did that, and it's working.
That is so cool.
And so I can bring people to, we see the trophy, obviously, but it's that work that went in preloaded before it to make it what it is. And to step back and watch a kid watch them students, you know, do what they got to do to make something like this work. And I probably didn't mention, the truck is literally made of thrown away parts. You know, there's seals and stuff like that. Yeah, I've got to buy new. I go to get your scratch and ding, your damaged, your broken, and that's what it's made of. Is give me your rejected parts, but there's more skill in to refinish it, refurbish it, and reinstall it than just buy it and bolt it on. So, and we've been tinkering on it I bought it in November of 2021. I look at the pictures a lot different now than when I did when I bought it. There's one with me and Eric standing next to it. It's a pretty comical picture. But I look at it differently, but it hasn't been a project, it's been a journey. And there's a lot to be said about that.
Absolutely. So let's rattle off some of the kids' names, because I'm really looking forward to meeting them at Louisville when you guys, now it's on record.
Oh
now.
Yeah,
it's on record. So
I'm committed now.
A lot of folks will be looking for you guys.
Look for the truck. We're going to give it everything we can. And but this is Project A now. This has always been Project B and C because we're always doing a tractor. But look for it at the Fast Fuel System booth because they're local to us. They hire a lot of the kids out of the building. But this year, there was Henry Rately, Adam Johnston, Edward Kessler, Jenny Kemper, there was Luke Nickerson, there's Grant Stockman, Ben Kessler, and I'm a little nervous, I guess, in a sense, but I'm gonna miss a couple of them. Anthony Ellenbeck, but there's been kids back years ago, and there's 24 of them that have been working on this truck for the 4 years. So me rattling off 24 names is probably going to be a little, but no, it's a cool project. I don't know if I should call it a project or
life opportunity.
It's a huge life opportunity just to be a part of something that I guess the secret sauce is they know that when they're part of something like this, they're learning something that's going to benefit them for the rest of their life. Because there's skills that they're learning, you can't take it away from them. You just can't.
So you've kind of set a blueprint. So how can people contact you in a way where it's not going to blow your phone up, and that way you can also share some information?
You can find me at Four Rivers Career Center. If you look for Four Rivers Career Center, just search it up in Washington, Missouri, and go to the Automotive Technology Department, and my email address is in there. So if you're thinking about doing something with kids, get a hold of me. It's inspirational.
Awesome, and thank you so much for giving us a rundown.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure we'll be seeing it again.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely, very cool. Well, there you have it, folks. We'll be seeing this. Hopefully we'll see this in March over at the Mid-America Truck Show in the Fast Fuel Systems booth.
There you go.
All right, thank you very much. We'll see you.